sir. Good afternoon, everyone. It's game week. I can sit this here. No juice? Jeez. All right, I'll bring the juice today. All right, game week. It's been a long time. How many months I've been here? Enough. It's been a long time. Looking forward to this. Game week. From this point on, it's all gas, no brakes. And really excited about watching our guys go out and perform Monday night. I know our guys work really hard, and I know they're tired of hitting each other. And we got a really good opponent coming in, Doak Campbell, and we got to be on our A game. It's a football team that knows how to win, and they're very well coached. And again, in the last 2 years, they've been in the championship game once. So we got our hands full on Monday night, but we look forward to the challenge.
All right, we'll go to questions. Remember, we've got the microphone. Speak quick. Kurt.
You've been able to kind of cater your offense at a lot of your stops to the strengths of your quarterback. What, from your view of him so far, do you think are DeAndre's strengths as a quarterback?
I think he has a lot of strengths, to be honest with you. He can throw the football, throw the ball really well, and he can run, and so I think when he came out, he was one of the top dual threats quarterback, and he can do both of them really well. But I love his command back there and just how calm he is back there at the quarterback position, and a lot of that comes with experience and being comfortable, but he throws a really good football, and he can run. He can get you some first downs with his feet.
We'll go to Wayne. Front row.
Since being named the starter, how has Francois handled it, and just how has the team rallied around him?
He's handled it well. He's been around. He blew my phone up about want to watch some film or how we're going to attack Virginia Tech. See him around his teammates all the time, flying around. I mean, this training camp is the most excitement I've seen from him, and just being with his teammates and laughing and joking, and that's great to see out there as well.
Go to Gene.
Hey, Coach. Virginia Tech, known very well, Bud Foster, been around a long time, very well respected. What does he do that makes him so successful in defense? What kind of challenges will he present to you with his schemes?
Well, I go back to they're fundamentally and technically sound, and I think that's a huge part of playing really good defense. And they're rarely out of position. Those guys are always in position to make plays, and I think he has a good understanding of how he wants to call a game, and they move their defensive line at times. They'll stem them before the snap, and then they'll move them after the snap, which can cause you problems up front if you're not prepared for it. So I think all those things on top of him just understanding the game and how he wants to call his game, and I go back and keep it simple for those guys to play.
Coach, on Monday, you'll become just the third coach in 42 years to make his FSU debut. What does that mean to you, and what does that kind of say about the consistency this program has had?
Means a lot to be able to lead this program and to be able to try to stand on the shoulders of those guys that came before me and did a great job here. It says a lot about this program. It says those guys before me won a lot, so got to go out and win a lot of ball games if I want to be a part of those too.
Hey, Coach, when you first started, you kind of said it's getting into that routine, even finding where the coaches' offices were when you first came in. Does it kind of go hand in hand with game day, too, for your first game, knowing where to be when? Is there any stress that comes along with that?
Well, I think just being the first game, there's a lot of stress because there's a lot of unknowns. And it's the first time that we all go into battle together, so there's a lot of unknowns. So you're always stressed and worried and making sure that you're prepared, and you don't know necessarily everything to expect from your opponent. So you got to be ready to adjust ASAP. But for the most part, it's just like any other season, though. Once you get going, then it's all go.
All right, we'll go to Joe in the front row.
Coach, you've said since you got in the job that this has been a dream job and goal of yours. You think the nerves or eagerness will hit at any time this week or Monday, and then once you run out in that field, it's just another game?
Yeah, they've been hitting me a lot in a lot of different places. But you're right. I mean, I think once you run out of the tunnel and you get to the sideline, then it's locked in and to the game plan and going out and try to execute and help our team do the very best to try to win that ball game. But I know leading up to it, it's going to be a lot of excitement throughout the week. It's been that way, and there'll be a lot of nervousness. That's all part of it, good nervousness. But it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll go back to Wayne.
Coach, on the depth chart, there's a whole lot of oars, specifically with the wide receiver position. Is that just because you're happy with all of the guys and you think all the guys can contribute, or just what's the reasoning for that?
They all can contribute and they all will contribute. How? A lot of different ways for us. So that's why they're on there. We figure they all will play for us.
Coach, Jaden Woodby came in and seemed to impress a lot of people during the spring. Now he's projected to start. I guess could you just discuss his 8 or 9 months on campus and how he's impressed you guys enough to get a starting job?
Jaden has been everything that we thought he would be from the time we recruited him and to come here. And I remember the first time meeting the young man and talking to him, he spoke about how passionate he was about Florida State, how passionate his brother was about Florida State, and he's shown that ever since. Again, we met him every time we talk, and since he's been on campus. Usually when a kid comes that far away from home, you get homesick and you have a lot of issues. We haven't had any issues with Jaden when it comes to that. I mean, he's fitting perfectly with our guys, and not just his teammates, but I see him hanging out with other athletes on campus, and that's great. You see a young man that's just really, really excited about being at his dream spot as well. And but he's not just satisfied with being here. He want to come here. He want to contribute and be a big part of what we're doing athletically, football-wise, and he's doing his part from there. I mean, everything he told us he was going to do, he's doing it.
Go Danny on the third row to your right.
Coach, you obviously grew up a big fan of the program, big fan of the Bobby Bowden era. What's it going to be like to see him on the field on Monday night?
I know for me, it'd be like the spring game and watch him walk out there and get goosebumps when he come out. I get him every time I see Coach Bowden. But I'd be very happy for him to be back on that field. To start the season off for us as an honorary captain, it's going to be great, and to have Peter Ward back here, some of his former players back and around, I think it'd be a great day for him, and we're going to make sure that we go out and perform well for him so he can be happy with the nose.
You're going to go to Corey over on your left.
Willie, do you project Dontavius and Stanford to be able to play Monday night?
I do. Dontavius practiced with us yesterday, and so I think he'll be well. And Samuel's practice, he did some individual stuff with us yesterday, so I expect for them both to play.
And do you expect to play multiple running backs? Maybe up to, you have a lot of, Anthony Grant's obviously a really good player. You have 5 of them. Do you expect to play? Could you play all 5? Is it going to be 2 or 3? How do you envision it going?
We're going to play them. How are we going to play them? I think you're going to see that Monday night. Almost got me, Corey.
Several of the players that, Corey just asked you about, we kind of know what's going on with Dontavius with the tailbone and Stanford. With Josh Kane, though, we really haven't had any details on what's kind of plaguing him. Is that something that is a decision from him and his family, or is that something that you were involved with, too, to really not disclose what Josh is kind of battling?
Well, Josh is going to play for us on Monday. I think it's kind of like any other athlete that's playing. You're going to have some bumps and bruises and some things that goes on, and you try to take care of them, do what's best for them to make sure they're healthy so they can perform for you. And we're doing the same thing with Josh.
You want to go to Kevin?
Coach, just Josh Jackson, his versatility for Virginia Tech. I mean, what's the biggest challenge trying to slow him down?
Well, you've got to be able to tackle him. He's a big kid and a big athlete at the quarterback position, and they do a good job of using him in the run game. And so we got to make sure we do a good job of game tackling and getting on him, and he throws the ball well for him. And I know Coach Justin done a great job with quarterbacks in the past and find ways to put them in the best position to make plays. And you can see him from last year. He was getting better. He's a young kid playing in there last year, and you can expect for him to be a lot better going in year two for him.
All right, we'll go to Tim here on the front row.
Yeah,
What's up, Tim?
How you doing, Coach? Speaking of Coach Fuente, your thoughts on, I don't know if you have a relationship with him. I know you've coached against him before, and just your thoughts on his career, and are they still similar at Virginia Tech to the way they were at Memphis?
They are. He's been head coach at Memphis and now Virginia Tech, and he's done a great job at both. You know, he turned the Memphis job around, turned that program around, and they've been winning ever since. And then to be able to go to Virginia Tech in the first year to play in the ACC championship game, it says a lot about who he is as a coach and what he stands for. And he's a winner. And when you watch his team play, they're very well coached, and they play hard and they play tough. And you got to come ready to play.
All right, we'll stay on the right side and go to Kurt.
We saw the moment with Marvin Wilson Monday at practice in the drill. I think it was the Oklahoma. I mean, just what have you seen from him as he's gotten kind of healthier and healthier this fall, and is he 100% ready to go?
Yeah, Marvin, that was fun to see. You know, you could tell a young man that was so hungry to get back out there, and I commend the young man for his effort when it comes to rehabbing. I mean, he rehabbed like no other out there. He rehabbed as if he was going to prepare for a game, and I think by doing that, it put himself in a position to be able to play here in his first game for us. You know, and it's really good to see him out at practice, and you all saw that. He was able to make a play, and it just let out a lot of emotion. I think all those emotions was just, man, I'm finally back out here with my teammates and able to contribute. And I've been really impressed with him. Just, again, he put his head down and just got to work and didn't complain about anything, just wanted to make sure he's in position to help his teammates out.
We can go stop it on the third row.
Hey, Coach, with the uniforms for the game on Monday, some coaches may see as letting the players choose uniforms as a distraction. How do you see it? Is it kind of reward for them? Is it just clothing? How do you kind of explain uniforms that something should be basic but might have a little bit more meaning behind it for some coaches?
I don't know if I should answer that for you because you're leaving. Nah, I'm just playing. No, I let our unity council pick our uniforms. Again, our players should have some say in something, you know, and they're excited too, and they want to go out and play well and look good, and I let them choose, you know. Now I have the final say in what we're going to do, but those guys come up with it, and we figure we'll do that, and every Monday we'll come out with what we're going to wear that week, you know. Again, we won't be crazy. We can't be crazy. We only have so many colors that we can use, but again, I think it'll be fun. And not for everyone to like, but I think our players will like it, and I think there's some fans out there that like it as well, and it'll be something different. But again, it doesn't matter as long as we go out and win.
Back to the wide receivers, there's a whole bunch of oars, like Wayne pointed out, but Keith Gavin's a guy that looks like he's the starting guy there. I mean, for him, what kind of camp has he had, and is he a guy that you guys are counting on to maybe take a big step here in his
absolutely.
junior?
Keith he's improved tremendously since we've been here. He's a guy that's been focused on getting better as a football player. I don't remember him missing not one practice, even going back to spring ball. He was there every single day and going almost every rep in the springtime, and then but watching him and how focused he's been on this training camp has said a lot about where his head is and what he want to get accomplished this year. And he's one of the leaders in that room, and we expect big things out of Keith for us this year.
All right, we'll stay in the back and go to Allison.
Coach, just a little different of a question, but we had a chance to talk to Willie Simmons yesterday over at FAMU, and he talked about this weekend being unique because you both have kind of your own night to shine. I guess talk about your relationship with him and just how neat it is to have your own night this weekend to play.
Well, Willie and I are good friends, and support him, he support me, and hopefully if I get a chance, I can stop by and get to see his first game on Saturday. But it's a great opportunity for him, and I know he'll do well. And again, Monday night, the only game on TV for us. That's going to be fun. Spotlight does strange things to some people, and we got it here in Doak Campbell, and we're excited. Can't wait. It's Labor Day. Only game on TV, Monday Night Football. How about that?
All right, Gene.
Coach, I see you've got DJ Matthews listed as your starting punt returner, one of the oars at wide receiver. I guess he's ready to go, and then what does he bring to you on punt returns? What kind of special athlete is he there?
Well, he's a guy that needs the ball in his hand. He can stop on the dime, and you hear people talk about going 0 to 60 real quick. He's one of those guys that can do that. You get him in space, and again, he can make a guy miss and go. And you need guys like that when catching the ball, and a guy that you can, especially when it comes to returning, you want a guy that's reliable, that's going to catch the football, and he takes pride in catching that ball back there, and you want someone like that back there.
When it comes to the receiver positions in your offense, are they interchangeable, or do guys know certain spots and kind of focus on that?
Guys know certain spots, but they also interchangeable too. It all depends on what we're trying to get accomplished, or who we want the ball in their hand, or who we're trying to attack on the defense side of the ball. But if we're just going to stay stationary or whatever, then again, guys on one side of the ball and understand what they're doing. But they're interchangeable. They all got to know, because of formation, they all got to know the assignments, because everything is by concepts, and they understand the concept. They understand how to get it executed.
All right, anything else for Coach? All right, thank you guys very much.
It's been real, man. It's been real. Don't go down there being a Hurricane fan now. All right, now I'm gonna be watching you. Appreciate you all. Have a great rest of the week. And have a good weekend. Appreciate you. Go Noles. Do something, Coach.